Hey guys, this is Andrew with Rossmönster Vans. Today we're going to look at a Ford Transit. This is on the 350 chassis. So we've got the dualies in the back. We added Van Compass Topo 2.0 lift kit in the front and rear. We did a Bilstein strut kit in the front. And then at the rear, we did Falcon SP2 fast adjust rear shocks. Looking at other exterior pieces we have on here, we have a Fiamma awning, a luminous roof rack with solar 200 watts up there. We have two max air fans and AC unit. We'll talk about that more once we step inside. And then off the rear, we also have the luminous storage boxes as well as some one-up bike trays. So tons of exterior features on this van. Stepping inside, we did something a little bit more creative. You're going to see this one's not your typical van build in terms of the people and the sleeping that we have set up in here. Stepping inside, the first thing you notice is we have this full three-seater bench seat behind the driver passenger seat. This is great if you want a more traditional riding experience for your passengers. This is for a family of 5. So we have this 3-seater as well as that flip-up table over there. So when you are driving, you can flip this up. It's kind of a nice place to set things. If you have kids, they can set an iPad here or do whatever, maybe play a game while you're on the road. Nice to have kind of a smaller table right here. And then you also have right here a floor mount. So when you are parked and want to hang out with everybody, these front 2 seats swivel around and you put your nice big table right here, and it services this whole location, which is a great way to hang out and interact with this whole van. So here we are in the kitchen. On the driver's side here, we have your kitchen galley. We have this 4.6 cubic foot fridge with the small freezer that we do a lot from Isotherm. We also have a Ruvati drop-in sink here with the full workstation. In the center here, we have a pull-out countertop, which is super nice. Nice to do food prep on here. You will notice that this van obviously is going to service 5, so drive 5, sleep 5. It's nice to have this additional countertop space so that when you are in here using it, you have a little bit more prep room. We also have these under cabinet lights, which is great. We recommend that a lot for all of our builds who enjoy using the kitchen galley. And we also have our ceiling lights on a dimmer. This is for the front, more living quarters. In the back, we have them on a separate lighting zone. And then back here, we have just a nice little drawer bank for some storage, as well as upper cabinets. On this driver's side, this rear upper cabinet houses a microwave. So when they're in here, they can heat up food, pop something in there. On the passenger side here, coming back, first we have a shower. On this side, it's got a teak shower floor in there, which is awesome. It also has an airhead toilet. That's a composting toilet. This has heat and hot water that is serviced from the Rixon system. And then moving towards the rear more, on this side, we have a full height pantry, just with some shelves. The shelves are fully adjustable, which is nice. You can kind of mix and match and store a wide variety of options in there. Talking about just the general feel in this van, you'll notice we have tongue and groove ceiling. We actually painted this, so everything has a very white, very open theme in here. So white tongue and groove, white painted cabinets. All the cabinets have these 5-panel doors, which is a great accent piece. And then also over here on the driver's side above this galley, we did a little tile backsplash. This is peel and stick tile, not traditional like residential tile with grout. This is peel and stick tile. And also walnut butcherblock countertops. We added this little trim, this lip here on both the back and the side. It's a nice little accent feature and also goes really well blending with this backsplash on the driver's side. So here we are in the back of this van. It is a combination of all of the sleeping configurations that you can probably ever do in a van. We have a semi-fixed bunk right here in the back. This one sleeps widthwise. It's roughly 30 inches deep by like 5'10", so like 70 inches lengthwise. That's really widthwise in this van. This panel is removable, so if you wanted, you can pop this whole thing out, remove it. If you were to do that, underneath here, you have this full dinette with a Lagun mount table. So right now, we have space for 4 to comfortably sit back here, or 5 if someone is a little bit smaller. And then if you were to pop this up and either fold it or take it out, you have these full-size dinettes. These 2 dinettes also function as either 2 individual beds or 1 large bed. They're both going to be roughly 2 by 6. And then if you combine them all together using a folding leaf like we do in a lot of our other vans, this would be a big like 6 by 6 platform. On that, underneath both of our dinettes are both of our electrical systems and mechanical or in water cabinets. On the driver's side, we have our power systems. This van has 800 amp hours of lithium batteries. Like I said earlier, we have 2,000 or 200 watts of solar on the roof. And then on this passenger side, we have our water systems. We have a 30-gallon freshwater tank in here, which is great to service both the indoor shower and outdoor shower and that kitchen sink. And then, like I said earlier, we also have the Rixon system, which gives you on-demand heat and hot water. Talking about these big things up here by my shoulders, these are 2 more bunks. So we have 1 bunk, 2 bunks, 3 bunks, 4, 5. These ones have a really cool design. You notice that they can fold, and you can stand in here, sit at the dinettes. I have tons of space above my head, which is great. And then when it is bedtime, you can come here and just release this strap. This pulls around and clips onto the L track that we have right here. That took all of 5 seconds, and now you have another bunk. This bunk is roughly like 22 inches by 72 inches, so just under 2 feet wide and 6 feet long. You also notice that all of these bunks and just all the bunks in general do have these reading lights. They're on little push button touches, which is awesome. I'll turn this off for now. And I'll show you when this one comes down as well, the space that we have back here. Again, that comes down and clips around. It's tight, and that is what is to expect with 5 separate beds in a van, but it is still totally functional. You can still come in here. Again, this is a little bit short, but you can still sit at this dinette if you'd like. When you turn on these reading lights, it gives it a really homey feel in here. And then that is still enough space to sleep. Up here is space, and down here is space, and your feet are going to go underneath there. Or again, if you wanted to make the bottom bunks into one big bed, that is also an option. Putting these away, you simply unhook, you push that back through, and the strap pulls around and clips on like that. Same thing happens on this side. This is probably tough to see on the video, but it comes around and clips back into this strap, and then that's how you drive down the road for storage. And then also briefly touched on it, but you have your Lagun mount back here. Something that is nice about Lagun mount tables is getting in and out of this location. If this was a center mount table that would be more fixed, it's really tough to like have someone else come and sit back here with me. When it is movable, you can just pivot that out of the way. I can stand up, walk up front, grab something, come back, pivot this table back in. And so that's one of the bigger advantages to a Lagun mount table system. Talking about ventilation in here, at the back, we have a max air fan. We also have a max air fan at the front, and then in the middle, we have this AC unit. Again, this van has 800 amp hours of lithium batteries, so that is what is able to give power to this AC unit when you are out camping. If you're not at a spot where you can plug into shore power, you can run this AC unit off of the battery bank. Now I'm going to convert this bed into, or the bottom 2 beds into a bigger bed. What I'm going to do is remove this table, use the table to make this bed, and there's also a folding leaf piece. Here is your large bed on the bottom, and then I guess we'll show you how to take it all back into bench mode here. Or maybe we'll leave it and step around to the back so we can see this from the back side as well. Talking about the back of this van, we have this big storage box from Illuminous here with the walnut bike trays on top. And then on the left, we have a spare tire carrier as well as a ladder which services access to the roof. Up on the roof at the rear, you also see we have those LED lights that shine off the back, which is great for when you're back here loading up in dark, or if you're just trying to find a good spot to park and you show up a little bit later to camp than you probably originally were planning. Opening this guy up so we can look at this garage area. Here we have these cushions, and again, this is what the bed looks like when it is in full wide bed mode, if you will. And then again, we kind of showed you how you can convert this back into the dinette system. Off the back here, we also have your outdoor shower hookup with hot and cold water. And then this guy right here is just running water lines. So you have your water cabinet on that side and running water lines so you can have access up there at your sink on the driver's side of the van. And the reason why there's that is because, again, we keep all of our water, all of our plumbing on the interior of this van. So it is still a true four-season camper. And when you are using this in the winter, if it's cold, you don't have freezing concerns. Awesome, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Again, this is a 2021 Ford Transit extra long body. This is on the 350 chassis, sleeps 5, rides 5. Very unique, both in finish choice, all white interior, as well as the functional layout that gives you access to all of these sleeping configurations. We appreciate you guys following along. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. There's a contact form on our website, and we'll talk to you later.